Come on, move, move. Come on, move. Yes, excellent. This is the Energy Waves from May 2023, where we get a chance to take something from our past and move it forward into the future, taking some of our skill, our natural talents, and just make the world a better place or have more fun in life. Now, there are three main themes that are running this month. The first one is processing pokes from the past. The second one is tasting and testing freedom. And the third one is past and future treasures. Now, if you're not familiar with my work around the energies, I'll link below this video a short explanation about how these years work, how the energies are, just to help you. But don't worry about it too much. Just listen to the main themes that I'm going to cover and also the 3 action steps I'm going to give you at the end of the video. And of course, myself, Nicholas Haines, and the 5 Institute, we've got loads of things to help you as well. So let's look at the first of these themes for this month, the processing pokes from the past. Now, if you saw my energy waves from April, I talked about that the past would come along and give you a little bit of a nudge. Now, that was never there to make your life difficult. It was there to help you in some way. Now, in May, we're going to continue to get these pokes from the past, but it's a much easier month because we get an opportunity to process them in some way. To help you with that and give you some guidelines, these pokes from the past, your past coming along and giving you a bit of a nudge, are really there to serve you, to help you in some way. And I think there are 4 main ways in which they're there to help you. The first is your past comes along to revisit you in order for you to reevaluate it or reassess it or reclaim some part of yourself. So it might be some limiting belief you release, or it might be some power you reclaim, or it might be something that you revisit and heal in some way. That's why your past is coming, for you to let go of it, release it, heal it, change it in some way, to look at it from your current eyes rather than from your past. Okay, that's the first reason this time pokes in the past are there to help you. The second reason that I think they're there to help you is there to show you contrast, to have something from your past come up and say, did you like that? And you go, yeah, I really like that. And then also to say, did you like that? And you go, no, I really didn't like that. Because this whole period of time we're in is designed for us to work out what it is that we want in the world and what it is that we don't want in the world, what do we want in our lives and what we don't want in our lives. So your past will come along to remind you what you like and what you don't like. So again, it's there to serve you. Your past is also giving a little bit of poke to remind you about what it is that you did really, really well. So think about as the past comes up and you go, God, I got through that difficult situation and I got through it, not perfectly, because this time isn't about perfection, but I got through it and I did it in some way. And I also got through it. And from that, I learned something about myself or got stronger that allows me to make my future brighter and better. And the fourth thing I think these pokes from the past are coming to get us are, that is around boundaries. And let me explain why boundaries are really, really important. Last year was a water tiger year, and this year is a water rabbit year. Now, water energy, one of the qualities of water energy is about us recognizing what reserves and resources we have, what we've got in the bank, energetically, money-wise, reserve-wise, opportunities for us to recognize our reserves and resources. And so there are certain kind of tests that we're given. Now, one way to ruin your reserves and resources is to have absolutely no boundaries. Then otherwise someone can just come along and say, I'm going to take your time, I'm going to take your energy, I'm going to take your money, I'm going to take your opportunities, and you just have no boundaries and you just give them away. So your past is coming along, and it might be someone that comes along and goes, can you do this for me, whatever, something from the past, or a relative, or something, and therefore it's a chance for you to say, you know what? I'm going to say no. I'm going to put some boundaries. I didn't put boundaries in before, but this time I'm going to put some boundaries in. It's also for us to recognize that we have value and we are worth something. And it's about self-love and self-appreciation. And boundaries are really, really good at helping that. So your past may give you a poke to push you to put some boundaries in place. And we don't need to be perfect. Just have a go to protect your reserves and your resources in order to do something with it. Okay, let's look at the second theme that's this month going on, and that is tasting and testing freedom. Now, in order to understand this, you need to recognize what period of time we're going to move into. So we're currently in a water rabbit year, But the year we're moving into, 2024, is a wood dragon year. Now, wood energy, it's about revolution. It's about things being different. It's about change. It's also about kind of freedom. And dragons are the only one of the 12 animals that are divine. They bring messages from heaven down to earth. So 2024, we have divine messages coming down to earth about revolution, about things being done differently, about freedom, about looking things in a different way, about injustice. So the last time we were in a wood dragon year was 1964. We had the Civil Rights Act. So actually, you need to think about this period of time we're in. It's equivalent to the early 1960s, where we looked upon things differently. We decided how we want the world to be. And you have been born into this time to decide how you want your world to be and the world to be. Now, this month, we will have a bit of a taster of the wood dragon year. So there will be some tasting around freedom, some testing around freedom. So for you as an individual, that might be that you will taste what it would be like to be free of a limiting belief. And what could you do if you were free from that limiting belief? What could you have? What could you achieve? How would you feel if that limiting belief wasn't there? You were free of it. And that was what the Poke from the Past was about, to get you to recognize that you are not your past. You are you in the now, and you're pretty goddamn wonderful. There's also some stuff that we're going to see going on in society as a whole, because we've got some big changes going on. Now, we will see the old structures want to say, well, no, we don't want you free. We want you to do this. And we will be saying, actually, you know what? We do want to be free. We want things differently. We want a new way of looking at things. We want justice. We want discrimination dealt with in some way. And we want to have it now. So there will be a testing, a slight clash going on between what was and what will be. So there will be some testing around freedom going on. A restriction might come in place, or we might just test it out in some way to say, am I really free? Now, you might have certain individuals in your life that are playing this game as well. Now, the whole idea around testing is that someone might do something to test their response. They might say something absolutely outrageous to test whether or not they have the freedom to say that. So we will see that going on. We've already had some of it, and we'll just see more of that. So just rise above that testing of obnoxious or difficult things, or challenge it, because it is not acceptable. So it is a testing and tasting freedom. There's lots of that stuff going on. Really important time. The third theme this month is past and future treasures. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, this whole block of time, 12-year block of time that we're in, which is dominated by metal energy, and metal energy has a number of qualities to it. One of it is our ability to assess value, to work out what it is that we value, what's important to us. So 2020 and 2021 were metal energy years. Metal energy is also about disconnection and isolation. Guess what? It's about the lungs. Guess what? So we had an experience there about working out what it is that we value and what it is that we don't value. And that will be continuing. And May has a little bit of an experience where we get to work out what is our value and what do we want to do with that value. So what is treasured? What is wonderful about me in some way? So we get to explore that. And that might be why the Pokes from the past are coming to you, to get to work out why it is that you're wonderful. Now, if you struggle to recognize why you're wonderful, I've got a webinar coming up from the 5 Institute. It's called Why You're Wonderful, and I shall link it below this video. Do sign up completely free. We also have a 3-part video series exploring about how do you step into your true power. We've got that again there for you to help you. And then we have energetic superpowers and heroic actions, a 5-week quest where you get to step into your energetic superpowers and be heroic in some way, whatever that might be. And I'll give you some information about that as well. Action steps. Let's look at the action steps. There are 3 things that I think you need to do this month to make the most of what I think is a pretty wonderful month. Now, the first one is to keep in the present and tell stories that serve you. Now, there will be a big drive for you to be thinking about the past or thinking about the future, but the secret really is to be in the present and tell stories that serve you. And what I mean by that is that it's really easy to say, oh, I was like this, and I've got this in my past, and this happened, and I couldn't do this. Does that story serve you? Or could you say, I had this in my past, and this happened, and from that, I learned this, and I'm going to take what I learned and just do this with it and absolutely nail it. So, what stories are you telling now that don't serve you? And could you flip that round to tell a story that will serve you into the future and create a world for society and for yourself that is wonderful? This period of time, a water rabbit year, is designed, we're meant to have some fun. So within this as well, have some fun. So tell stories, have fun, explore, but be in the present. Enjoy this moment because it is absolutely magnificent. Okay, that's your first action step. Keep in the present and tell stories that serve you. The second action step is to slow down and appreciate what you have, because you say, I really appreciate this and I would like some more of it. Wonderful. But in order to do that, you have to be in this present moment. And the present moment, again, and recognizing just, again, what's wonderful about you, what it is that you want. Be present, enjoy it, have fun, etc. And then the third action step, and I think this is probably the most important one, it's for you to be brave and shine brightly. Now, as I said, we're the equivalent of the 1960s, and this is a chance where you had to be brave. Of course, keep safe, but be brave. Step outside your box, step outside your comfort zone, and be brave out there in the world and just shine your light. Shine what it is that you're good at doing. And if you struggle to recognize what it is that you're good at doing, I'll do a link below for the vitality test. It's there for you and it is completely free. And that's it. That's the energy waves for this month. I hope you have a fantastic time. If you have enjoyed this video, show your appreciation, put like, share, etc. And I shall see you next month. Eddie, you can come out from underneath the cushion now. Oh, Christ almighty, I've killed my hamster. Oh, Eddie, I killed you for a minute. Oh, thank goodness you're alive. Whew. And you're still here. Put down in the comment, I'm still here. See you next month. Bye.